up, everybody? Welcome back for everybody that's subscribed and watching. And welcome for everybody that's new. It's February 25th, Thursday. It's Mad Entertainment, making a difference. Usually on this channel, we're talking about recovery and jail and how my life has been going so far. And 3 years sober. Tonight we're going to change it up a little bit and talk about some sports. Most of us anyway are in sports, football being over. Of course, Tom Brady did it again. I called it early in the season. Yeah, he had a squad around them. I mean, for anybody who didn't think he had a squad around them, people were calling him the Succaneers. They acquired some players, Antonio Brown, which he was a decoy most of the beginning until he got his, feet back together, and, Gronk, who, everybody thought was out of shape, but came back. I mean, if you're an athlete, you're an athlete, dude. If you can play and you can get chiseled and get back in shape in 6 months, it's not a problem, But anyway, football's over. My Eagles, a lot of crazy things happening over there, so I'll leave that behind. Let's talk about some basketball. LeBron, man, I mean, feels like he's been in the league since I was a kid, which we're almost the same age. He's a little bit older than me, but still doing it, still putting up crazy numbers, still in the run for the MVP, with a lot of young cats too, who would ever think, LeBron's still in the run with, you got Luka, Giannis, Steph's in there, AD, Harden, but LeBron's still there. They won the chip last year or whatever, but then my Sixers are making a nice little run right now. I liked them last year. I believe that the coaching wasn't there, and maybe a few other pieces of the puzzle could still be put in place to make them a dynasty, a great team or whatever. But Embiid right now, he's playing. The Sixers are 21-17. And they won tonight. They beat Dallas, which Dallas is a pretty decent team. It's just crazy. It's crazy to see the league the way it is. Harden over in Brooklyn with KD and Kyrie. They got DeAndre Jordan, TLC, Shemper. They got a nice little team to themselves over there. I think though when it comes playoff time, them three scorers together, they couldn't do it in OKC when it was, Westbrook, KD, and Harden. So, Kyrie could ball, but he ain't on that. He's on the level, but I think they're just going to collide. I don't think that they can put their egos aside and pull a championship. I don't know, But to beat the Sixers, it's going to be tough. It really is. Embiid's averaging 30 points a game right now. I'm pretty sure he's like at 10 rebounds, somewhere near there too. So, they're going to start playing. They're going to start, I believe so. Once Curry, starts really, really contributing to the team, and Tobias Harris gets back in the mix, and then, they got Dwight Howard to give Embiid some minutes on the bench, the rest, it's, that, and that's where it comes down into the teams that have a bench later on in the season. When you're 60 games, 65 games in, and you come to realize that you're not looking for the undefeated record, that you're now looking for the playoff spot. And most teams will tell you, like, we don't care what seed we're in. Like most good teams will tell you. Like, we don't care what seed we're in. We just want to get in. Then once you get in, you ball. I mean, it's a whole different league now than what I'm used to. What I grew up watching, like with Shaq and KG, Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan. I grew up watching the Detroit Pistons have Rasheed Wallace, Ben Wallace, I think they had Chauncey Billups, Tayshaun Prince, Richard Hamilton. Like they should have won championships. They didn't win. Sacramento with Chris Webber, Vlade Divac, Jay Williams. They had other players on their team too. I think it's Scott Pollard, I believe, or somebody else. They fell short. For me, it was upsetting when the Sixers ran into the dynasty Lakers. With Kobe and Shaq and Robert Horry and Fox and Fisher. And all them guys, and Mutombo was up there in age, so he wasn't really contributing anymore. And AI was Philly, man. If I still rumble that he's probably one of the best guards to play the game today. And people are like, oh yeah, Kyrie's better, and I'm like, nah, pound for pound, it's a different league. You know what I'm saying? It's a way different league. Like, I remember like AI being hurt every game. I remember him like hitting the floor at least 6 times a game. Fouls were different. He drove the hole and looked to score, not look for the foul. He'd follow through, but he wouldn't look for the foul. To where it's different today, guys are looking for the foul because they want that extra point. And I understand. I can understand it's a game of points, but AI would drop 30 any given night and put on a show. Defensively was great. He was pound for pound, I think, one of the best point guards I've seen. In my time anyway. But there's a lot of argument with the Jordan and LeBron. Jordan has more rings, so he's the best. Well, Bill Russell's got more rings than Jordan, so it could go back and forth. The argument could go any way there. But it's crazy to see with the COVID situation going on. Last year the NBA was playing. Well, they played the playoffs in the bubble. And not really much has changed with COVID, but they're playing back in the stadium, which I guess you got to put fans in there to keep the place going. So, I understand that. Plus, there's millions of people that want to get back to watching games, but we understand the safety and the precautions we have to take and to keep us healthy, the players healthy, so I don't mind watching it on TV. It's no big deal to me. If I can go to a game, great. If not, oh well. But, it's been very busy 2 weeks lately, between the snowstorm that the South got hit with, Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Texas, they really went through it. We're talking about people that, ain't used to the snow and the cold weather for, long days. And, it's not something that you would expect. Maybe an inch or two, but you're talking like 13, 14 inches in spots, -7 degrees at nighttime, electricity out, people's water pipes frozen and busted, so no running water in houses with children and stuff like that. It was bad. It was bad. My house, we lost power for like six and a half hours, I think 5 hours, something like that. We got a pretty big house. We had 2 fireplaces. The kids' room managed to stay pretty warm most of the time that the electric was off, but our room was pretty cold, and so we got the burning in the fireplace. Keep them warm, whatever. I went outside. I posted it on Facebook with my pictures. Went outside. My tires were busted. Both my tires were busted out. They blew out. So I had to get new tires and everything. But it was rough. And I'm just getting back in the swing of things, The kids are back in school now, so, they got to get up and get ready for school in the morning. And my son, he's ready, to get up and play. And the fiance is getting up and getting ready to go to work. And, keeping the house, calm, cool, and collective and clean, and take care of things. So it's been rough. It's, and then the seasonal depression, I got nights where, I don't sleep. I could lay down, I'll toss and turn and stay up all night, the mind races no matter what, thinking of things, But it is what it is. I'm going to get back into doing, what I like doing. It keeps me occupied, keeps me busy, and it keeps me happy. That's one of the most important things. But, back to the basketball real quick. We got that MVP races, between Luka, Giannis, Steph, LeBron, AD, and Harden. If Luka could keep it up, I'll say Luka, because right now he's averaging like 29. He's shooting like 47, 48%. 9 boards a game, 9 assists a game. What could you ask for better? He had a 4-year contract, rookie contract for like $10 million. The kid's awesome. Dallas got a gem there with him, big time. AD's battling a little leg problem or something. I think he'll come back healthy. He's a big part for the Lakers, without a doubt. LeBron can't do this himself. There's not many players or many teams or out there that's going to win a championship that are one player doing it themselves. 2 players rarely do it themselves today. So, but AD's in a run, LeBron's in a run. Giannis, of course, again, is in a run. Steph, if he stays healthy, who knows what he could blow out the second half of the season. But I like Embiid, for real. He's he's got power, he's got force. So that's who I'm going with there. I'm going with Embiid. The Nets are like 9-1. The odds to win the chip. The Bucks are 6-1. The Rockets are like 20-1. The Sixers are 13-1 right now, but that'll drop. But anyway, I just wanted to post a little something different up here and see how it goes. See if I get some more likes, maybe some more views, speaking about some different things. My next video, speak about something different. If I get some feedback, maybe in some comments or something, that's possibly what we'll talk about. If not, I'll think of the topic. Thanks for watching. Again, subscribe, like, and have a blessed night.